Hey guys, this is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and Michigan has scored a win on the recruiting trail. Before we talk about the Wolverines' newest commit, I want to make sure you guys subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're close to 27,000 followers. Help us make that happen by hitting that subscribe button, and also like this video. It helps us get in front of other Michigan fans. And last thing, make sure to subscribe to the Wolverine.com for everything Michigan recruiting, as well as the team. They are playing for a natty on Monday, so you're going to want to subscribe to the Wolverine.com today. But let's talk about recruiting. Let's talk about Michigan's newest commit, and that's three-star 2025 tight end Eli Owens. Michigan now has 4 commits in the 2025 recruiting class, with Owens being the latest jumping on board earlier today. 6'2", 230 pounds, ranked as the number 366 overall recruit in the country. Both On3 and 24/7 have him listed as a 3-star, while Rivals has him listed as a 4-star in the top 250. I think Eli is a really talented prospect, and I'll talk a little bit about his game here in a second. But let's dive into how this happened. So as you can see here, Michigan was the leader on the On3 recruiting prediction machine with a 94.4% chance of landing him. I was actually the first one across all networks to put in a prediction for Michigan to land Owens, which is why you should subscribe to the Wolverine.com. But I think that Michigan always had the lead in this recruitment. He's visited upwards of 10 to 12 times. He has family in the Detroit Metro. He's part of the MPA program, which is a Nashville-based training and 7-on-7 organization, and they've produced guys like Junior Colson, as well as 2024 signee Mason Curtis. So that little pipeline definitely helped out with Owens, but I think he just fell in love with the school, with the program, and the utilization of the tight end position. I mean, he is a guy that's a little bit more of an H-back, so seeing the way they use their tight ends, having a guy like Max Bredesen on the roster, I think all of that helped. And of course, he has a tremendous relationship with Michigan tight ends coach Grant Newsome, who played a big role in this recruitment. I did put in a prediction for Michigan to land Owens after his visit for the game against Ohio State. He actually visited twice in November, also visiting for the game against Purdue. But I think the Ohio State visit really moved the needle, seeing the Wolverines take down the Buckeyes in that environment, getting to see the tight ends up close again, getting to spend more time with Newsome. All of that played a big role in Owens eventually shutting it down. Now, he was in the middle of playoffs at that time. He recently won a state championship, took a few weeks to think about things, and Michigan, again, just always seemed to be the pick. You know, Tennessee was the home state school. Kentucky does a really good job of recruiting in that area, but you can't get better than Michigan, especially if you're a tight end recruit. And so Owens saw that and sided with the Wolverines. I spoke to his mother today, and she was thrilled. Couldn't be more happy for Eli. And I know there are a lot of rumors right now in regards to Jim Harbaugh and potential NFL jump, but she gave a great answer and basically said, hey, we love Jim Harbaugh, but I'm not too concerned. There are always rumors about Harbaugh, but at the same time, Eli loves the Michigan program. Now, let's talk a little bit about him as a player. I think Eli is a really fascinating recruit in the sense that he can do a lot of things at that size. Again, he's 6'2", 230, so he's not a prototypical tight end. He's more of an H-back like Max Bredesen, but unlike Bredesen, he's a guy that can catch the ball. I spoke to his trainer, Buck Fitzgerald, who runs MPA, and he likened him to former Big Ten tight end Dallas Clark, who obviously went on to have a great NFL career. And I think he can do a lot of different things at Michigan. He can line up as a fullback and be a Kyle Juszczyk type. He can line up as an inline tight end. He can actually split out wide. He's not just a true Bredesen guy. He is an effective pass catcher. He's really good route runner for being 6'2", 230. And that's why he did have offers from Tennessee and Kentucky and Alabama and Ohio State and so on. So he had several Power 5 offers as well, because even though he was a shorter tight end, or is a shorter tight end, he is a guy that's not just an inline blocker, not just a fullback, or not just an H-back. He is a guy that can actually be an effective receiver in this offense. So when I talked to his mom earlier today, She mentioned that Newsom has obviously showed him a lot of tape of Bredesen, but he's also mentioned to them as a family, hey, we see Eli as a blend of Bredesen and Colston Loveland. So I thought that was really interesting. I saw him in 7-on-7 last year at the Rocky Top tournament out in the Great Smoky Mountains. And Eli was definitely one of the more impressive players there. And that's how I know, look, man, this is a guy that can catch the ball and make things happen. Like, he's not just a Bredesen guy that's going to come in and be an extra blocker or be a glorified fullback. He's going to be a real threat in this offense. Now, it is hard to rank guys with Eli's build and skill set super high. So I have him in the high 3-star, low 4-star range, which is where most of the services have him. But I think he made the best decision possible because Michigan will utilize that skill set better than basically any other school. And I view him as a really valuable piece to the 2025 recruiting class. And while he might not be, overly touted, he is a guy that has a really magnetic personality. I think he's going to help out guys like Carter Smith and Chris Ewald and really build this class. So for more on the Eli Owens commitment, head over to the Wolverine.com today, and also like this video and subscribe to our YouTube.